Well, needless to say, again, I mess around with the lights, but it never seems to get right. But anyway, as I mentioned yesterday, today was going to be definitely much more of a personal nature than the real estate nature. But here we go. So as I'm doing all the stuff that I do, one of the things that keeps coming to focus is the fact that focusing on the process, but making the process part of your identity. And that's where, in fact, ironically enough, this is probably one of the most critical elements of success. And I don't think people talk about it enough, is that you set a goal and then you have to decide on what are the activities that you're going to need to do in order to achieve that goal. And then you have to figure out what habits are going to allow you to achieve that activity to make sure you get to the goal. And then the habits have to be integrated into your life, and they have to become true habits, things that you do on a regular basis. And then they have to be identified as behaviors. That's just what you do. And it's not something that you're trying to do anymore. It's just something you do. I am a guy that works out every day. I am a guy that eats healthy. That becomes a behavior. That's your behavior, is eating healthy every day. Now it has to become finally part of your identity. You don't even talk about it anymore. It's just who you are. And when it is just who you are, that's when you're going to have success. So the key is to identify how you see yourself now. For example, myself, I'm a great example of this, in as much as I love sugar. I eat sugar all the time. And even me just saying that to you right now is just that I love sugar. That's just my identity. However, what I need to do is I need to step back and reframe that. I used to be a sugar addict. I used to love eating sugar, and I don't eat sugar so much anymore. It's amazing that I don't need it anymore. And that would then transpire into, no, I'm not really a sugar eater. Actually, I don't really eat much sugar. That's just part of your identity. That's who you are. So soft, small and sweet, whatever you want to say. It's basically just remember that you've got to make sure that it's part of your identity. Otherwise, your identity will stand in the way of you getting your goals. Another final example I had was when I was going through my real estate career. I had this sort of threshold of amount of money that I would make. And whenever I would get to that, it didn't matter whether it happened in July, August, September, but the activity would stop coming in and expenses would go up. And it was weird, but I always stayed at that level. And then I realized something that was really important. And that was that I had an identity that I couldn't earn more than my dad. My dad is a bit of an idol for me. He's my mentor. He's my idol. I look up to my dad quite a bit. And I thought, gosh, I'm just his son. Like, he's so much smarter. He's so much more knowledgeable than me. What gives me the right to earn more than he did? That's just so wrong. That was my identity. And so then when I finally shifted that and I realized we're in a different time. I'm a different type of person than he is. I'm doing different things. I shouldn't be limited by what I think he could do or what he couldn't do. And my identity becomes just myself. Like, I'm capable of doing whatever I set myself out to do. And that sort of become my identity. And I was no longer limited. And the day that I realized that, that was the year that I had my best year in real estate. So it's just something to keep in mind. You have to make it your identity. You have to let go of your limiting beliefs and decide that you create the beliefs, you create your identity, and go ahead and do that. Anyways, that's all for now. No real estate stuff to talk of. So maybe somebody watches this and maybe somebody gets a benefit. Anyways, have a fantastic day. Wishing you all well. Bye for now.